the imperfections, that's how we make it by. Now I just wanna dance, hold my drink up in the air. Nights like this are becoming so rare. Now I just wanna dance, hold my drink up in the air.
What's going on, everybody? We've got the great DeFi guru. We're back together for a live to give you guys information and entertainment and whatever else might happen, Greek. You never knew that, you never know what's going to happen. I actually just added my Facebook profile to the live stream. You can do that now. It's not just the groups. So now my entire profile, everyone who's friends with, anybody, they can see me. So that's exciting. I never got in touch with Sin about going live on his group, though. Crypto on Crack, but you know, maybe one of these days that'll happen. But I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're live everywhere right now, Greek. I mean, Twitch, Rumble, the whole 9 yards, everything.
Yep. My channel, your channel.
Yep.
Man, we're everywhere. We're
Greek's
everywhere.
channel too. Yep. So everybody in the comments, Greek and I don't have anything specific on the agenda. Thanks, AJ, for becoming a member of the channel. 70, probably now 72 strong. There you go. I appreciate that. I think it's my channel that he became a member of. I'm assuming it's mine. It might be yours. But either way, thanks, AJ, for becoming a member of either one of our channels. We don't have anything specific to talk about. We'll go over things like the nodes, the news that's come out, where we have that new the new partners, which is the same. It's the same. It's Steve twice, right? Because it's Cosmic Force, WaveM Studios, and then WaveM Studios as a producer of different games. So,
yeah,
you know, that's exciting.
Yeah, they're kind of building a launch pad, just like Apollo, for games to come on the blockchain. So that's what the second portion of that is with Steve.
Yeah. So that's I mean, if anybody has an idea for a game, that's where you need to go, right, Rick? That's what that means. You can go develop.
Yeah, for sure.
Crypto Guild says, "Hey, DP, do you know in which exchange we can buy Vulcan coin? Any news or any hint? Thanks for the information." Well, not yet, Crypto Guild. We don't know yet, right, Greek? I mean, but we're expecting for it to be a top 10 one. I mean, so it's going to be big, wherever that is.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and then, but it's only going to be one, everybody, just one to start, and then they'll add more as weeks and months go by, just because, you know, there's a whole competition from these exchanges to be number one, and as far as the first, meaning the first one to list Vulcan coin, and that is going to come before the first. Obviously, we'll know when before it launches, but you know, we don't know exactly where it is. I'm just trying to keep up with the comments without messing up here. But yeah, somebody else said something about, this is it right here. Omega Empire Crypto says 400 projects is not realistic. Where did you get that though? Like, we were talking about that before, Greek, where there was 400 projects that were on the hackathon, but there's no way that we're not gonna have 400 projects.
That's hackathon. Some people always, when you say, oh, there's 400 projects signed up for the hackathon, they assume 400 projects are building on your blockchain, which isn't the case. It's just how many sign up. It's just like, I think you get like 10% maybe that actually like amount to anything from these hackathons, but that's all we're looking for.
Yeah, and the last number that I heard was 250 that had signed up. I mean, maybe more, maybe a little less. We'll see, but it's around that much. And my expectation
that's what I heard,
is that it's going to be, you know, some number out of that comes in on top of the 7 that we know about, right?
Yeah.
Sharon Sabari let us.
I can't wait.
Hello, dear friend. Good to see you, brother. There goes Gasparin saying hello. Moses the Great, good morning, Greek. Fowler is here. Fowler first on your channel. That's why he's saying first, because he's down here on number 4
Yeah,
on my thing. Looking forward to
he
some
was the
Prado
first to say
time, says
first.
Tartan Man. Good stuff. Thanks for being here. There goes Antonio Dates. Says Big Bro Prado. What's up, brother? Happy Sunday to you. And safe to Vulcan family everywhere. Be safe and blessed day. He changed it later to Monday because it is Monday today. It's not Sunday. I was gonna be like,
I
damn,
was
did I
gonna
miss
say,
work
I was like, why am I at work?
today? Well, I work on Sundays, so that would have been a huge gaffe on my part if I didn't go to work. So yeah, there was talk in the Discord Greek about the sort of. I mean, it's not really a bet. I was just saying that like on the first, you're gonna have to apologize, you, and so is Lee,
For what?
so is Kryptonian, on launch day when we hit 300 or more. I want you all to stand here in front of me on the channel and apologize and call me king. And in the middle of that, you're gonna have to turn around so that we could all see your tail between your legs, because you guys all make fun of my predictions. And so,
Yeah. What? Maybe you should correct this because I made fun of your predictions prior to the new changes in Vulcan. Okay, I'm actually thinking it has a chance. Yeah, your Pradonomics, I always say, I just my way of making fun of you when you give your $1,000 predictions. You know, and we're in the school of Pradonomics. You know, we're taking a class, Pradonomics.
Well, I mean, listen, bro. I mean, the like you said though, the new changes for everybody that still is on the fence on it or doesn't know or doesn't like them, whatever it is. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's okay for people to be wrong, Greek. I say that all the time. But the reality is that these new tokenomics has made a world of a difference as to the potential of Vulcan. And we speak about this, Greek, almost daily. First of all, let's just put the number out as 58 million. That's how much we have in circulating supply. There's nobody else that has a lower supply than us. Am I wrong about that, Greek? Because I've said that no one's corrected me except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still, by the way, inflationary. They're still on their way up. There's only 19 million or something like that that's in existence. But they mint more every day. But the halving that happens on March, right, everybody, that's a deflationary tool, right? So they do have a deflationary tool that makes it less because there's going to be less minted per day or however long it takes for these computers to mint them. There's only half that can go. So that's bullish, and it brings up the value of Bitcoin. And leading up to that is usually when the bull market occurs. And so we're going to be starting Vulcan, everybody, on March 1st, exactly 1 year before the halving. 1 year before the halving, the bull market for crypto will start, usually does start, I should say, not will. It usually starts 6 to 18 months before the halving. We're right smack in the middle of that at 12 months beginning our blockchain. How about that? Who's excited about that? Greek, are you expecting for March, like I have said, to be the beginning of the bull market? Or do you think it started already? Because Bitcoin's still around 21,000. It hasn't really dropped that much. Maybe we started it on Saturday.
No, Bitcoin started a little pump up, but I think this is one of those like fake outs. And then I truly see us starting a little bit, like maybe 3 months after March. That's when we really start to get a push.
So you're saying 9 months before the halving?
Yeah, it's gonna be 9 months, maybe even a little for maybe 6 months prior. It's gonna take a little time, but no worries. A new blockchain with projects on it. We'll see all the pumps. We'll get everything established, and then when that bull run comes, it's gonna be awfully exciting.
Yeah. Well, I say it starts in March. The excitement starts, especially with the new blockchain. There's going to be a lot of excitement for that. Now, a lot of people, Greek, think that I'm crazy because of the amount. In the Discord, I brought that up. They're like, there's not going to be this I'll bet you, left and right, like, and so I'm just like, I'm not going to bet anybody. Like, stop with that, But the reason why is because they don't see the numbers, because they're like, hey, we don't have that many projects. Where's all this volume going to come from? But what I think, what I'm leaning towards, and what I'm leaning on to help bring in the numbers that I think, which is upwards of $300 on day one only. I'm not talking about every other day. We'll come down and all that stuff. Come back down to like a more realistic number for because there's going to be profit taking on everything, right? But why would it be 300 on day one? I think, Greek, that without all the projects, there's going to be project liquidity pools. There's going to be communities formed, excitement for new tokens, excitement for new NFTs, all that stuff that's going to happen. That we're expecting, right, to happen because of the lead up to the new blockchain on March 1st. But what I think is going to also be, which people forget about, Greek, maybe you've even forgotten about it, is how about people just simply getting excited to buy Vulcan, that by itself. Like, forget about all the projects. How about, because it's releasing on March 1st, all the people that buy Vulcan just because they want to buy Vulcan. Greek, do you think that that's, something that's plausible?
It's plausible, yes. And you're also going to have a lot of people with their money locked up. I'm not trying to sound negative here, but there's going to be some selling, but then if with projects and all that stuff, it's going to be some buying. But I think there's a point where you get selling early, it dips, then people get super stoked. They want to buy in, and then it flies. Now, how long it flies for and how high it goes, who knows? But yeah, there's going to be a lot of people coming in. Of course, we need to see what exchange, what exchanges they release, and then also we're still getting more projects, and everybody wants to know what's come of the Hyperverse, the Decentralized, the hackathon. The hackathon is not over till February 20th, so they're going to announce all the prizes and stuff on February 20th. So there's still a long way to go with all this stuff to find out what we got rolling here. And I hope they keep this up every night, making an announcement with another project, start releasing things. This is good stuff.
Because, by the way, that's 8 now. That means that we have 8 with the new thing that Steve is working on, which is bringing on new games. But yeah, I think, like, everybody watching, leave a comment. Like, do you think that there is that possibility that we are going to be pumping on day one simply just because of the Vulcan coin and its popularity, because of the marketing and everything, all the stuff that ends up happening? Because we don't know, we have no idea what's in store, everybody, for when it comes to marketing. I mean, we could be hit with something huge. Like they might go on somebody's show, you know what I mean, on YouTube. They might go on a network. I have no idea. They might. What if they announce, Greek, that they're gonna do an ad during the Eagles game, which is also known as the Super Bowl?
Hey, don't get too excited,
bro. I'm not talking about, like, I already know that the Eagles are going to be in the Super Bowl. I'm worried about whether or not they come out with an announcement that me and you are going to be on the Super Bowl, right? Because of the new commercial that they create using all kinds of buzz that's already been created by me and you. And now we're live on the Super Bowl. We're on a commercial using us, not with that face that you just made, but maybe a better one. That that we have a Super Bowl commercial. Who wants a Super Bowl commercial? Everybody, I want a Super Bowl commercial. It's the perfect time. 1 month exactly before the blockchain releases Vulcan. It's going to cost about $1 million, $2 million for that freaking commercial. Brian Legend, you're in the comments. Do we have a Super Bowl commercial coming or what? Let's get that going, Greek. I'm starting the new campaign right now. This is the beginning of the commercial in the Super Bowl. Just take away the Greek side of this video.
Prado's going to pay for the commercial too. It's like $5 million.
So $5 million. That's chump change to Brian Legend, bro. He tips that amount. He spends that much in spilt liquor.
I love it,
bro.
Oh my god!
Well, he's got a limousine a mile long outside. Everybody, that's the way Brian Legend lives.
Oh man,
You guys, are you guys excited for the new Super Bowl commercial? Right? Are you guys excited about that? I don't see anybody saying anything about what I just came up with.
I don't think
Go
they're
Eagles.
excited.
Go Giants. Eagles done, bro. This guy right here, Gerard, is banned from the channel, Greek. The Giants pulled off a victory yesterday, bro. They're going to make it to face the Eagles next week, who are banged up. But I think that we're going to get it done against the Giants because everybody knows, right? Everybody knows, Gerard, that the Giants suck. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the Vikings suck really bad, and the Giants, beat a bad Vikings team that's a fake team. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Gerard. Brian Legend, Ric Flair. That's right. That's where I got it from.
I was
going
to say that. You're like, he's a limousine riding.
That's right. That's where I got it all from. The greatest wrestler of all time, Ric Flair. Nobody was as much of a showboat and an entertaining, like that guy did it right. There is no other Ric Flair. Nobody. That guy was the freaking man, bro. He spent more money on spilled liquor. Like, who comes up with that crap? That is just hysterical, man. I predict a day one all-time high of $100, says Dallas, Texas. And he's a girls fan, bro. Look at that. How about that? He's a girls fan.
I hope they win tonight. How about them boys? I need Dallas' kicker to get 2 field goals tonight for my bet to win. So
you're probably going to get that.
Let's go.
Cowboys were good this year. It's just that they were second best in the NFC East.
Yeah, true.
No, I would feel a bit better to hear more specifics. They say there is a marketing program for Vulcan that will be done, but how about some specifics? Well, we'll find that out. There's still plenty of time for the marketing, right, Greek? I mean, we haven't even entered into February. I mean, it's not going to take that long. I mean, it's going to be like a month of marketing, maybe even less if they started even less than that. But like 2, 3, 4 weeks of getting the word out, right? That's good enough, don't you think, Greek? I mean, if they did that.
Yeah, if you don't see at least 3 weeks prior of marketing for the new blockchain, then I would anticipate another delay. You want at least that.
There goes if Safuu, Antonio Dates Jr., he says, if Safuu did 300 plus, then Vulcan is going to kill it. Minimum, we see half of that, and max, we see 400 on day one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, 400. I mean, like it would only be on day one because that happens, everybody. And the reason why is because, I mean, I'm going to go by Diogenes' number just for a second here. He said that we would need only $200,000 in volume to maintain a $9 price. That to me means that like $10 million or $50 million in volume is going to make it go nuts. I mean, I'm not sure about that, but like I just think, like I said to you guys, that because of the excitement of Vulcan itself, just the coin, it would be it's gonna have enough to make people come in on day one. It's gonna be FOMO going on left and right. And yes, you're right, Greek. There's gonna be a bunch of people that sell. There's gonna be a lot of people that sell, I don't care about those people. I'm talking about the new people that come in that are buying, excited about the new blockchain and excited about new projects, new problems being solved.
Yeah. And I think our biggest announcements are still ahead. We haven't heard anything yet, so we are in for an amazing ride.
Adonis says the price on day one will dip to between $5 to $7. A lot of people are going to take profit or dump their bag completely, but the next few days we'll see Vulcan rise like a phoenix to around $50. I don't know about that. I mean, I believe you that there's going to be people that are selling Adonis, but or Odin's champion. But there's going to be more people buying.
I could see that dump, but then I can also see the the rise happening the same day. Because if it happens early on in the day, you're going to get that dump, you're going to get the price drop, and then some of those people are going to be like, oh, now I can buy back in and increase my bag size, and then you're going to see a frenzy of buying again. So you could see it all in the same day. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think so too. If it does do that, $5 to $7, it just gets bought back up really quickly, and then all those sellers that sold at $9 are gonna just be crying like, I can't believe I sold. It's $50 now. Like if it Odin's right and it goes up to 50, then they're gonna really feel bad because that's like a 6x, nearly it's like a 5.5 times more at $50 than 9. So yeah. Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, and then what they know about that. Those are all some of the greats from back in the day. You like wrestling? You like watching wrestling still, Greek? Because I don't really watch that much anymore. But back in the day, bro, yeah, I was all about that.
Yeah, I watch every day, every
week.
Every week.
Mm-hmm. What is the initial supply when it launches on the central exchange? Says Vin, the circulating supply is going to be 58 million, some change. That's it. It's just going to be 58 million, and it's never going to grow. In fact, it's going to get lower than that. It's never going to be more than that. So it's a very exciting time, and I think that it's going to the price is going to reflect from that because of that, and also because of all the buying and the frenzy that happens because of day one. If we go to $300, someone said 100 holders would have 1 million. So what happens if they all sold? That's always the age-old question, isn't it, Greek?
Yeah.
If there's 100 holders that have $1 million or more, do you think in a million years that all 100 people would sell that are millionaires?
No, they're not all going to sell at the same time. They're going to stagger their sells. You can't do it all at the same time. Even one of them can't all sell at the same time. It's just the way the liquidity works. The same thing with the stock market. Nobody worries about. Everybody asks this question about crypto, but then in stocks, nobody asks, well, what happens if every single person sells? You know?
Yeah, well, okay, so it's not. In other words, it's not going to happen. Everybody, like that. It just usually doesn't. That's the same thing. Kevin, like as saying, hey, what if everybody, and just imagine this question, what if everybody that lives around you went to the bank all at the same time to withdraw cash? Yeah, that would really screw things up for that bank that day. But it doesn't happen. Yep. Like, it just doesn't. There's not going to be, like, on day one, if we hit $50, Greek, I'm going to be a millionaire. I will be a millionaire. But do you think I'm going to sell all my whole bag? No. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? There's a lot involved.
And there's also always buyers. So for everybody who wants to sell, there's always those people who want to buy. The only time I would say this is an issue is if you get a bank run. Like, let's say people fear that like the blockchain's crashing down and burning and it's not going anywhere. Then I can understand this, and that's what happens. But I don't anticipate any of that.
Yeah, I don't either. It just and the reason why, Kevin, and you're welcome. Thanks for the comment, by the way. Like I said, guys, I need you guys to be able to, to comment things that you want us to talk about. It doesn't have to necessarily be a question, but it could be a comment. Although this was a question, and it's what I'm saying to you is that it's just usually does not happen that way. I mean, unless we for some reason got stuck with the 100 idiots, right? Then it's going to happen to us. But I'm one of them that on day one or any day, if it gets anywhere near $38, then just my Vulcan alone is going to make me. That doesn't include anything else. My Vulcan alone.
So you heard it here first, guys. Prado said he's one of the idiots.
Yes,
so you heard it here first. Whether he meant it or not, he's one of the idiots. So,
well, listen. I mean, I'm not going to be one of the idiots that sells on day one or any day after I make $1 million, because the reason why, you guys have to understand something. You know, for all those people that are worried about that people that sell, the 100 people that become a millionaire, whatever, right? What you got to remember is that the reason why, if it happens on March 1st or March something or February, whatever it is, the reason why I became a millionaire is because of Vulcan. Why on earth would I sell it then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it got me to being a millionaire, then I'm going to want to continue with it. And this is a rebasing blockchain. I'm making money on it every day. I've got nodes that are going to be participating in that, Rebase that's going to be participating in that, flex options that I'm going to be taking every single day, like you. I'm not going to sell it all, but I'm going to sell, of course, because I would like to have money. That's what this is all about. But I wouldn't sell, and I would expect, Kevin, that most of us feel that way. There's going to be people that sell their entire bag, and that's fine. Including number 4, who's all the way at the top. They're going to have the most. They're probably going to sell their entire bag too. That's what they do. Like, so people worried about that, just expect it. It's not something that we could think about and also even hope that it doesn't happen, because my view is that it most likely is they're probably going to sell their entire bag in the first day or two.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
And one thing I'd say for people, this is different with the new mechanisms in place. You're going to have a deflationary token from day one. You're not rebasing as fast. It's not like, I just did all my printouts on what my new rebasing is, and it's staggering, like how different it is from the old mode. Like, I went from day one, I would have been making 98 Vulcan a day to now I'm only making 8 Vulcan a day. So that's a difference on one bag, making 90 less, you know. Then this is all my node bag, everything, all my light nodes, everything combined into one. But so the pressure to sell, like before, you would have wanted to sell before the price started going down, and then you're left in this, okay, the profit range, when's the profit greatest, you know, it's tricky at that point because the rebasing curve we know goes down. But now we're going to act like a normal chart, so people aren't going to be like, oh, I got to get my bag when I have it, you know, yeah, I got to sell, you know. So it's different, way different. And you're still earning fixed flex every day, and the bag size matters for that. So it's like you're getting more passive income daily by keeping your bag. So the downward pressure is not there, in my opinion.
Let me show you guys something. And how are we going to show them, Greek?
Oh, Jesus.
You already knew it was going to happen. Boom, shaka taka laka. This is how much I would be making daily. This is how much I'm making daily from Vulcan at $9. $2,916. Why on earth would I give that up? Now, how did I come up with that? It's going to be about 27,000 that I have times 0.0012, right? Because it's 0.12 that we're getting. 0.12 that we're getting, so that you multiply by 0.0012, and that equals 32.4 per day that I'm getting, and that's what it's still going to be grown. Like if I didn't touch it, it's just going to grow even more. Multiply that by 9 at the current prices. Did I do that wrong then, Greek? Is it $291? That's what I'm getting then, right? Yeah. $291. Okay, so that's still.
I was going to say, if you're making $2,900 a day, holy crap!
No, I must have. I did something else there, which is fine. Like this is still great, right? So $291 a day is what I'm going to be making every day, because of just getting paid by just the rebase. The rebase alone is going to give me this, right? That's not including the flex. That's not including the nodes. That's not including anything. That's just that amount. I think that I would like to hold on to that. That's like, you know, more than probably 80% of the country and how much they make a day. Right?
Yeah.
Let me see. El Neni said that it's 25 million, I guess, but it's not 25 million. That's how much we hold as holders, everybody. So when you're seeing that 25 million on Shepsky's calculator, everybody, that's what the holders have without the
the 33
treasury.
million's in the treasury. That's counted in circulating supply. But why Shepsky's calculator doesn't have that, just to make it clear and obvious for everybody, is because when you do the flex portion, you don't count the 33 million from the treasury as part of the holding. So you get your percentage of how big your bag is based on the 25 million that's in our pockets.
Yeah. So I hope that answers that comment. It wasn't really a question, but thank you for the comment. I appreciate it. What's the market cap? It's going to be about 500 million. Like, what is it? 488 million to start?
522 million. I did it when I saw this comment earlier.
522 million. There you go. And Odin's is stacking up money for the dip. That's a good idea. If you're not planning on selling, it's probably a good idea to be standing by. If you have extra money, to be buying that dip, because if it does go down, especially if number 4 sells, everybody, on day 1, which I'm hoping they do. To be quite honest with you, I would rather they sell on day 1 than any other day. But that's just my opinion. But if they sell, then they brought it down to $5, $6, $7, $2, $3, whatever it ends up going down to. Just be prepared, because it's not going to stay there. This is a new blockchain, and everything is pointing up for it. You know what I mean? So. Kevin Rollinson says, if we get to 300, someone said 100 holders. We did that one already. Sorry about that, guys. Lower the price of Vulcan, the more coins you get in Flex. That's right. Well, if it goes down lower, yes, we get more. That's right. That's absolutely right. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that part, Craig. That if we went down in price, we're going to get more in reflections. That's great. And even in Rebase, right?
No, the Rebase is the same.
Oh yeah, that's
right. It's just a percentage back.
Yeah. Well, we get more.
Yeah, more in Flex. More in Flex that day, and then let's say the first day dips. Yeah, you get more, and then if it goes up, now it's worth more. So yeah, it's actually like. Kind of way it stabilizes price a little. So if it does dip on a certain day, you're like stabilizing and dollar cost averaging every time you flex. Pretty cool.
Richard Hubman says, if I have $1 million, I would sell maybe 10 to 25% of my bag. Yeah, that's what I would do too, Richard Hubman. I'm right there with you. I don't know exactly which one of those or in between there I would be, but somewhere around that is what I would take. Yeah, I would do.
And one thing I would like to say,
and I think that's what most people are going to do.
Yeah. One thing I would like to say is when you have $1 million, okay, I'm 35, okay? So you give me $1 million right now, how long is that going to last? I still have to work. I still have to do all this stuff. After taxes, I got like $600K to work with. If I buy a house, whatever. If you have passive income, that's coming in constantly, those streams. So if you sell, you have $1 million, now that's got to last you the rest of your life. So you got to think of it that way. As when everybody's worried about somebody selling for $1 million, you got to make it last.
Yeah, and you want and if it's Vulcan that got you there, then why not let it be Vulcan that keeps you there, right? And gives them even more.
If your bag size is worth $1 million, you're most likely going to make $5 to $6 grand minimum, probably in passive income, where you can just sell the passive stuff, like sell your rebases for that month, And now we have a chance where the price will be stable. So it's not going to be like before where you're like, oh, I got to get it now. No, it's going to be stable. So you can be like, okay, I could take out this $6,000 this month and actually pay bills and do stuff. And then next month you're going to have the same $6,000. So it's actually nice the way the new mechanisms work as opposed to before.
Yeah. Joel Tayo said most of the people are thinking of safuu's all-time high. I don't think they will just sell easily. People are thinking of life-changing Vulcan. Day 1 up to day 5, big prices are coming. Well, I think, Joel, that the duty that me and Greek have as people that talk about this every single day is to try to help people out in those types of decisions. I don't think it's a good idea for anybody with life-changing money that was just made by a certain asset to get rid of that entire asset. And that's what you would be doing, and not you, Joel. But anybody who sells their entire bag, they're getting rid of what has brought them this newfound wealth, whether it's tens of thousands of dollars, $10,000, $100 million of dollars, whatever. If it's that brought it to you, and it's also brand spanking new, right? Why on earth would you get rid of that? But there are going to be people that do, and I'm just here to help people out and make that decision a little bit better, easier.
And they're giving up the future potential of what it can bring from that, because
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to keep going. I thought you were going to keep going. By the end of 2024,
I was expecting you to cut me off.
No. By the end of 2024, the Vulcan coin will be rivaling Ethereum for second place in crypto. That I absolutely 100% agree with. In fact, it might even be more. But yeah, that's where I think this is going. And with only 58 million coins, we would have to be at like double the amount that Ethereum is to take them over. And so that means, remember when they went up to that $5,000 Greek, nearly $5,000? That's why I said we can get to 9 or 10,000, because the tokenomics are there. It actually works. That can happen with the same market cap that they had once. Which, I mean, if anyone's watching me and going, "There he goes again," well,
I'm waiting for it.
Well, the reality is that with that, it's the tokenomics makes it so that we're not looking at like having like a $30 trillion market cap like we would have if we had
and
15 billion.
Can I just
coins.
interject here? When he's saying his protonomics right now, his figures about Ethereum, where we would need to be, he's talking years down the line. Okay, it took Ethereum a long time. It's going to take us a long time. He's not talking about next year or 5 months from now we're going to be Ethereum levels. So just take it easy. It takes time, people.
By the way, I'm also talking about Ethereum's ultimate all-time high. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're not.
Yeah.
But the comments that I'm making now are based on the comment that was made about 2024. So I'm spinning off of that. So if people are still thinking that I'm talking about day one, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I'm talking about 2024 and beyond. And I think that 2024, we could, especially if we have enough projects that come onto this thing because of what is realized and the realization that people are going to have that this blockchain is actually paying you, and it's not even doing it in an inflationary way, Greek. I think that starts to spread pretty quickly. If it doesn't, by the time we get to the blockchain open, it will certainly throughout time. Like, I mean, when weeks go by, months, then years, I think it ends up being to the point where, yes, we start to get into those crazy numbers. And it's like, if we had 100 million go in circulating supply, you know what I mean? I would be like, less, I wouldn't even be saying that. But because we only have 58 million, we're looking at, and then it's going down, by the way, because there's a fire pit. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities, everybody. And we've seen it. We have seen it with Ethereum, and they have almost 3 times more than we do. I will apologize, DP. I promise fire if Vulcan equals 300 on day one. Yeah. You will apologize, and you're going to have to turn around like Greek is. Everybody is going to be watching and show us your ass. Everyone wants to see that tail between your legs. All of you that are doubting me and thinking that what I'm saying is protonomics.
I just like the name protonomics. You should name a show, call it Protonomics 101.
Yes.
People would tune in. They'd be like, I want to get my protonomics on.
Yeah. I already know that Compton's going to be there in the crowd. Liv is going to be there with me, right? Teddy One, you going to be there?
I'll be there trying not to laugh the whole show.
Oh
Did he
man.
just say that number? Is that even a number? 1 quadrillion price? What?
Yes, that's what's gonna happen. Um, Big OD says, what crypto should I stockpile to buy Vulcan in case of a dip price? Cash. This is a coin. There's nothing that
Yeah.
you I mean, like you could,
Just
if you want to buy
keep it in
USDT and stuff like
BUSD
that.
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep it in BUSD, and then we'll find out what pairs are going to be available on the DEX day one. There's still, but we need to find out what they're going to have, and then you can set that up closer to.
I mean, Big OD, you could still buy it with other cryptos if you want. If you don't want to keep your cash sitting around doing nothing until then, you could put it into Bitcoin and things like this, and then you bridge it over, right? Would it be you would bridge it if you have Bitcoin, or you're not swapping coins? You would bridge it over. If you wanted to do that, you can. But if you're just going to straight up buy it, you need cash for that. But you can do something else, though. We lost Greek for a minute. I'm going to remove him until he gets back. Oh, he came back right when I removed you. You came back, bro. So yeah, your screen was black for a second. We don't know why. Nobody knows. Everyone in the comments is asking about it, though. What happened to Greek? Are you talking too much again? You're talking too much. He left. Bring Greek back. Shut up, Prado. Yeah, so Big OD, go ahead and stock up on cash, because that is what is going to get it done. So where you guys see price so much today? You guys already knew Compton was going to ask that price. Yeah, it's going to be depending on what we have. Depending on what we have, Compton, as far as excitement is concerned on day one for the coin itself. I'm not even worried about the projects anymore, guys. For day one, to get everybody to say they're sorry to me, right? We just needed to get to 300. That's it, right? So how's that going to happen? I think it's going to happen based on the excitement for Vulcan itself. All the other projects, if they start stockpiling already, we are already at 8, everybody. I did a show on Saturday. Greek had nothing to do with it because he refused to come on. But, 3.5 hours, I talk about the new projects. He refuses to come on. And then now, a few days later, we're already at 8. Now, everybody, what's going to happen next week, the week after, the week after, the week after? We're 7-8 weeks away. We're still going to have more that stockpile. We're going to have like a whole bunch of them, 10, 20, 30 projects that launch. But without that, everybody, I think Compton, Big OD, Odin's, Joel, I think the excitement of Vulcan itself, just the coin, gets us to a crazy day to begin with on day one. $100 million in volume, Greek. $100 million. I'm calling that right now. $100 million in volume is traded on day one, and we go nuts. And our price, Kryptonian, is going to be like it's going to be like this mixed bag of emotions going on in his heart. He's going to be so happy that we're at 300, but now he has to call me king. So do you, Greek. And so does Lead. Nobody knows where Lead is, by the way. He is missing in action completely, locked up his entire Discord. I don't know what's going on with that, but, I'm worried about Lead. But Kryptonian, I'm sure you're going to be very happy to come on that day to apologize to me. And so will everybody else. They're lining up, by the way. They're lining up in Discord. I want to come on your show and apologize too, because I don't think it's going to be 300. Please. I really don't understand how I could give you guys these figures, these ideas, this emotion, right? And you guys don't understand it or see it. Like, how's that possible? You guys know that if we have $100 million in volume, $50 million if we have $50 million in volume, we're going to hit $300. You guys know that, right? I mean, if you don't think so, like, let me explain it to you. Let me try to, I'm going to explain it to you. Let me get to another comment here. El Nani says, I'm pretty sure Binance will be in the announcement of 1 or 2nd tier. Well, they're not 2nd tier. They're the number 1 exchange. So they're going to be number 1. Let me explain to you guys why I think that it's going to go crazy. $50 million in volume. You guys remember when we had safuu and we went all the way up to $333? On that day that we went up to 333, does anybody want to take a guess as to how much we had in volume that day? Anybody want to have a guess, including Greek? What was our volume today on March 9th that we went to $333? Does anybody have a guess? Let me see if somebody guesses it, because I don't think you guys...
400,000.
Huh?
400,000.
No, that would have been insane if we had $400,000 and we shot up that much. That's the amount that we had in circulating supply. Yes, that's your 400,000.
That's what it was.
We had circulating supply of 400,000 that day. Anybody can somebody in the comments tell me how much we had? I'm going to wait for at least one guess. Teddy 1, Ben, Compton, Kryptonian. What was the don't look it up. No, not 2 billion, Jasper. My gosh. That would mean that we would have gone up to like $5,000 per token on that day. It was
Toronto wouldn't be here right now if there was 2 billion.
12 million. That's what we had. That's it. 12 million. 12 million. Yep. 12 million. And that little 12 million shot us to $333. Now, if you think, now we had 400,000 in circulating supply, so that was a big deal, right? That's the reason why. But it was only 12 million that made it happen, that got us to that number. 12 million. Now, if you take that dynamic, all the things that were put together to make that day happen, and then you bring it to day one, and you have 58 million. By the way, if we have 100 million in volume, we're going to have like probably 57 million something the next day. We're going to burn like hundreds of thousands of coins on that day. 100 million coins and or $100 million in volume and only 58 million in coins. That's the same dynamic that we're talking about for March 9th, 2022. Do you guys understand that? 150 million, just $50 million. If we were to do that math, Greek, let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do it. Let's see if we can do it, Greek. That's
you just
right.
want to bring out the calculator.
You already knew it was going to happen. There it is. Boom, Shaka-taka. We're going to it because we can. You knew it was going to happen. So this is 400. First of all, let's go 58 million. We're going to do some math together, everybody. See if this works out. Divided by 400,000 means that's 145, right? 145 times it goes into that. So that would mean that 145. Sorry. What would be 145 times the 12 million? We don't need that much. I'm just saying, like, how much would that be? That would be 1,740,000. So let's see. If we had 58 million in circulation, what's that? So how much? What did I say? That goes into it 145 times. So if we had 12 million, how much does 12 million go into that? Right? 4 times. So 4 times 12 million, right? What would we need to be, Greek? I'm trying to figure this out. What if it's four times? If it's 4 times 12 million.
I have no clue what you're doing. 4
times 12 million is 58. Look at that. 50.
So you're trying to prove that 58 million
4.83.
is the same as the
It-
parameters
I
that happen in
just did it.
safuu.
I just did it in front of you guys by accident, by the way. I was just trying to figure it out. 4.8 times 12 million, it's 58 million. It's the same exact dynamic. I'm a genius.
Sorry, I did it by accident, guys.
Greek, I just
I don't
figured
even
it
know
out
what I
by
was
accident.
figuring. I didn't even know what you were trying to prove there.
Four times.
Like, he's got his calculator out. Let's let him just do his thing.
4 times 12,
Oh, man.
4 times 12 million is 48 million. So we just, right? That's $50 million is going to give us the same reaction to the fire pit and the liquidity pool that March 9th gave us for safuu. I just did that by accident. That's how brilliant I am. I feel like Star right now.
Take it easy there. Take it easy there, Skipper.
Bro, that's freaking ridiculous.
Protonomics, teaching math to everyone.
Oh man, Angel, you were off too, bro. It was not 43 million. That would have been nuts that day. We would have gone up to like $1,000 if we had 43 million that day. That would have been crazy. $1 million would have been a good day. That's what we ended up averaging for throughout the entire time. Everyone taking guesses over here. Crypto Gale was the one who got it right. Because you can too, you got it half right, which is better than not right at all, right? You got it half right. 80,000, bro. Come on, Ian. 80,000, we would have been, that would have been nothing. Compton got it right. There goes
no. 80,000 is the amount in super chats that Ian wants to send me.
Oh, cool.
You know.
There you go. Yeah, then Greek can give me half of it just because I was with him.
I don't give Prado anything.
No. What happens to Vulcan after 16 years? That's when it's projected community TV that we would reach our maximum supply at that point. Now, it probably doesn't work out that way, but it's 16 to 24 or 23 years that we're going to end up having rebasing occurring. Now, Mr. X, who was on the show once, made a suggestion that when we reach maximum supply, they can actually take the some of the taxes. And I think Mr. X saying this on my show when it was just me. Like on this day, I didn't have Greek that day, but it was just me and Mr. X that day. I think that's where the flex that we have now was born, because on that show he spoke about how when we reach maximum supply, what we would be able to do is just take some of the taxes and then create a new rebase. Sort of, it's not rebase because it's not minting, but using recycled coins to just go ahead and continue to give rebase, what would be like considered rebase. And that is exactly what the flex is doing, Greek. It was brilliant that he said that, and now that's exactly what they're doing. So it might be something that they continue to do, if not even more, in the future, right?
Yeah.
You guys, I can't get Greek to speak today. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I keep on talking.
What do you want? I like this kind.
You know what I mean? Like, this is why I say, you know, you guys don't like it. You're not letting him talk. Hey, Greek, what do you think about that? Yep.
I think the Casio calculator is the Protonomics calculator. I seriously, you know.
What is she talking about? What's Haley talking about? What's the
those old Casio calculators? The old, like, they only have like just the buttons that you show on your calculator because you love it.
No, I don't know what that is, man. But thanks for the comment, Haley. I appreciate it. So that's what happens after 16 years. Ebo says, what do you guys think the exchange will be? Creek, I don't even know how to answer that question because there's so many of them in the top 10. There's 10, obviously, but You know, it could be any one of those, but it's not going to be Coinbase. Everybody, they take
It's
forever.
not going to be Coinbase. It's probably not going to be Binance. We can just eliminate those. Crypto.com would be huge, but because that would solve a lot of issues there if it was on Crypto.com. But I don't think it's going to be Crypto.com either. Could see like,
isn't Crypto.com only United States too? So I don't think it's going to be that.
It's only United States. I would like something that's like everywhere. That would be huge.
Kraken
would be good. It's gonna be interesting. I don't even want to put like every time I speculate on this stuff, you know, I leave myself disappointed. So I've never been right.
Thank you, Sincere. Appreciate it, brother. I will get back to you because I did check my messages today, and I didn't see a message. I saw my message to you, which was the link to join us on the broadcast on that day, but I had not seen the reply. But I will definitely start broadcasting to the channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Greek, you can probably do the same thing if you want to. If you want, you could. I mean, Sincere did it for me. This is otherwise, aka Sin. You could ask him because what he has is the Crypto on Crack group over there in Facebook.
Yeah,
and all those people are super duper crypto enthusiasts. He like Sincere is always broadcasting to them, and so I asked him if I could just broadcast to his group. Like whenever I broadcast, I'll select it as one of my destinations, and he said yes. That's it right there. So I'm sure he would like more great content to go on his groups for his people to see, and why not be you as well? So Sincere, that might be something that you can consider as well for me, brother, because this is my man Greek here. Vulcans need to do the car sticker advertisement that holders can get to extra / advertisement at the same time. Win-win situation. Tell Brian Daniel. Angel says, yeah. Brian is
I'm
all about that. He's not going to do that himself, though. If you wanted to, maybe me and Greek can sell car stickers.
Yeah, I was thinking of it.
Really
I have to find it because, you know, they only have certain amounts of things. So I'm going to see if I can get car stickers on there because that would be good for everybody. On the VulcanMerchStore.com. Cheap plug.
Yeah.
So check it out. But Daniel, unfortunately, my lunch break is up, so I have to get back to this thing called the job.
Okay.
And hopefully I don't have to go too much longer, you know, because
of Vulcan. That's right. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, brother.
I love all of you guys.
Take care. Me too, brother. Thanks. So there goes Greek. This is his store, VulcanMerchStore.com. And then also I'm adding things to DanielPradoFashion.com, which, by the way, Pietro Savastano, thank you for your order. He just ordered something the other day. He's picked up one of my sweatshirts, Vulcan sweatshirts. So there's going to be sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats. There's already that stuff there. I'm just going to add more. I just had a ton of stuff for safuu and safuu X, which is still there, by the way. Anybody who wants to buy that, you guys can still if you want. But the Vulcan merch is at DanielPradoFashion.com as well. All right. Vulcan has a way higher market cap. It does, Robert Weiss. So I know why you're saying that, because you're saying that it's probably not going to have the same effect. But understand that $12 million, the effect that it had on the market cap and the liquidity pool was that, so that it went all the way to $333, right? Well, if we have a 500 or five, what is it? The Greek said 521 million, whatever the exact number is. If we have that and $100 million comes in for that day's volume, well, then that's going to affect it. It's not going to be the same. It certainly wouldn't be the same if it was just 12 million that day. Yeah, 12 million is not going to get it done, but 100 million, which is what I'm calling right now. I think it's going to have the same effect. Yes, TCL is still active. Yes, I know. I was just in there and like all of them were locked or something, but I think Natasha told me, I thought it was Natasha. Somebody said that it was something happened where they were all locked and you had to click through to get through. Like it was like an age thing. Like you're 18, you are 18 years old. One of those things, a restriction you had to click through and then you can get in, but it was just weird. So I was like, what the F is this, bro? Iris Disla says, Daniel, remember Dio says 200,000 is $9. Imagine $200,000 in volume times 1,000, some volume of 200K. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I say, if it's 100 million, then forget about it. I just think that we're going to go nuts, and all these people that are doubters and haters, like Kryptonian, he's not a hater. I'm just joking with you, brother. Him and Lead and everybody else, they think that it's not gonna happen, but it's going to. Don't forget, Brian's marketing this go around will be like safuu, but on steroids. Yes, guys, what would you guys like the Super Bowl ad to be? Would you want me to be in it? That's what I thought. Yeah. So I'm going to be in the Super Bowl ad, right? What am I going to say though? Vulcan, the new tomorrow. That doesn't sound right? Maybe it would. Vulcan, changing DeFi, crypto, forever. Are they going to use that in the commercial? Do you think that would be a good one? Vulcan, forging DeFi. $43.02 I'm sorry, it says El Neni. I think you're lowballing, bro. Fowler said, laugh my ass off. What the F? I don't know what you're laughing at, bro. Is it something I said? Where are my super chats? Thank you, Antonio Dates, again. You guys are not super chatting me. You understand that the super chat supports the channel, or did you guys forget that? Thank you again, Antonio Dates. Always supporting the channel, always helping out. And again, sincere, thank you so much. Maybe we can have Greek do some shows on there too. Maybe some of us. I don't know. I mean, listen, I could add Greek on there. I'm just asking permission for the show to actually be aired. I know you don't want to be adding all these people as mods. I understand that. But yeah, that would be awesome because more content on your channel, on your group. That's all. I mean, that's all that's going to be. So, yeah, only 12 million on that day, Benji Barker. Imagine that, bro. Only 12 million. I mean, that makes me like emotional a little bit. You know what I mean? Like that. It's all. It was an incredible day. Absolutely incredible. And then somebody sold their entire bag and ruined the whole thing for everybody. So, I think it was like 200 to 300 million, Benji Barker. Nope, it was just 12. That was good luck with your calculator. Yeah, I was just figuring it out, but I figured it out though. I mean, how about that? Like, I mean, just imagine that, guys. Imagine that. Let me see. Let me get down to some more recent comments. Hodo Yoda says, I have a good question for you, Prado. $300 on launch day. Okay, I believe you, but $300 on what part of the day? 6 hours after launch, 12 hours, 18, or in the end of the launch day? Laugh out loud. That's a good question. I mean, I'm going to assume that on the first part of the day, right? We're gonna have all of the paper boys are going to come out to make their deliveries. And they usually do that at the beginning, right? Like every time we get our regular newspapers, they're usually here at the beginning of the day, right? So I expect for the paper boys to make their deliveries very early, and then we go up from there. I'm probably thinking that it'd be midday, so somewhere in the 12-hour mark, somewhere in the 12-hour mark. $1,000, I'll buy a ship, Prado a Range Rover, Velar, and Greek a scooter. At least I tried, yeah. You buy Greek a scooter, there you go. Vulcan needs to do the car sticker advertisements. Oh, we did that one already, didn't we, Angel? Yes, we did. Crow is an overseas exchange. The mobile app is US only. Oh, I see, Fowler. So then crypto.com would be good then, right? Like, because what we want is for the world to be able to buy Vulcan. That's why I said that, because I love crypto.com, and I was just being prejudiced against them. Like I didn't know. Like I didn't know that they actually were international. I thought they were just United States, period. But if they are international, then they would be fantastic. It's just the app is only United States. Check Dio's post in Vulcan Discord main chat would be an awesome idea. Let's go. Let's see what happened. I didn't see that. First, let me pull it up, and then I'll take you guys over there. Okay. Let's go over there. I have it right in front of me. I think this is the one you're talking about, right? Oh, Billy, is it this one? Hooking up with a decentralized cross-chain liquidity blockchain like Thor chain swap would make on and off ramping extremely easy for those of us in the United States, 40% of the Vulcan holders, while also allowing to move assets easily across major chains, basically make it easier and cheaper for us to coalesce and build on the Vulcan blockchain, build on Vulcan. Obviously, if I had my way, we'd skip central exchanges altogether. They're entirely unnecessary, in my opinion. Near total or total decentralization would set Vulcan up to be exactly what was originally envisioned with Ohm. Is this a different? Is Ohm like a different? What does Ohm mean? Envisioned with Ohm. If we can swap out directly to Bitcoin through something like that, like the Thor chain, Thor swap, we can skip the central exchange on and off ramping fees entirely using Venmo or Cash App, with access to decentralized cross-chain liquidity swapping, the solid rebasing fundamentals. We have a really great shot at competing with or surpassing ETH as they continue to centralize while putting on the mask of decentralization. It seems like a no-brainer to me to skip out and cut out the crypto banking frauds entirely, rather than play ball, as they will be regulated entirely into obscurity and become so bloated with moving parts that they become unviable. Well, that's an interesting idea by Dio. The only problem that I don't like about it, and this is the reason why it's just like anybody else, it takes away from the new retail investor. The new retail investor, and who do I mean? The person that's just getting in. They're getting their feet wet. They don't know what's going on. All of that decentralized stuff is fantastic for all of us. We know that that's good, but someone just getting in is not going to be able to figure that out. Swapping from Thor, this, that, and the other, they're just not going to do it. They're not. So we need a central exchange to grow. We do. It's just the way it goes. We still are decentralized, though. Understand that. Like, what he's talking about is just completely getting out of any kind of centralization at all, period. That makes us 100% decentralized. But when you look at it and think about it, we actually are 100% decentralized already. It doesn't matter. Because if somebody buys off of an exchange, the Vulcan coin, understand that because that's a central exchange and they're centralized, they have to deal with anything that happens on their exchange, even if it involves Vulcan. But it's not like if they sent their if they buy it from their exchange, whichever one it is, and there's something wrong, they're going to have to deal with their customer service. They're going to have to deal with their customer, and that's that's part of the beauty of the central exchanges, that you have that kind of stuff. In decentralization, you don't have that. But the way the inner workings of all this is, the technology and everything, it's still decentralized. It's just there's going to be an exchange that you could buy directly from. Once you take it off that exchange and send it to your wallet, though, to your like a normal wallet, they say no, it's not your keys, not your wallet. The one you send it to, the ones that you have keys, like that wallet, your MetaMask, your Trust wallet, things like this. Then you're on your own. Like, that's it. Like, whatever happens to it, you can't go back to the exchange to say, hey, someone stole my crypto, if you get hacked because you allowed it to happen. There's no way that anyone can hack your wallet. With the seed phrase and all that stuff, like, there's no way to do that. There's just none. Like I did a video once where I said it's really easy to hack into a wallet. All you need is just a few things, right? You just need the 12 or 24 seed phrase, right? And then after that, the only thing you have to do is get them in a row. That's it. That's all you need, is just 12 or 24 words, and then you need to get them in a row. It's easy, right? But I mean, then you realize that the problem is you have to get the words. Now, how are you going to do that? It can't happen. So, like, if you can get the words, then put them in order, then you've got yourself a wallet that you've hacked into. But until you do that, which is going to take about, I don't know, like 100 trillion years for any computer on Earth to do it, then you've got it done. Those are the three things you need: the words, put them in order, and then about 100 trillion years. If you could get those three things in order, then yes, it's easy. Really easy, actually. But thanks, Billy. I don't like the idea, though, just because we need new investors to come in, and completely being decentralized, and that means no central exchange, is out of the question, to me at least. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure Brian and the team realize that and know that, and they're just gonna be like, yeah, I mean, it's a good idea, but no, we need people to come in and buy. And that's what a central exchange does. It adds a level of trust. That's what I was trying to figure out. That's the word I was looking for. Miami Heat Stadium is no longer FTX Stadium. Brian needs to seize the opportunity and have it named Vulcan Stadium. How about that for an idea for marketing? What do you think that would do? The same thing that happened to Crypto.com when they named the Staples Center. They now name it's the Crypto.com Center, the Crypto.com Arena. And everyone was talking about it. That's exactly the kind of stuff that should happen. And I think that would be absolutely fantastic if that happened. Ian, the Notorious One, renaming the Miami Stadium to Vulcan Stadium would be absolutely spectacular. Byrendra says, if Vulcan has 4 billion in market cap, how much will the price be, Daniel? I don't know. But in order to find that one out, you already knew what we were going to do. We're going to go to the calculator. And why is it that we're doing that? Because we can. You already knew it. Let's see, 4 billion. That's 4 billion right there, divided by 58 million, which is along the lines of what we have, means that we would have $68.96. $68.98. Right? 4 billion, still on the low side when it comes to blockchains. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what it would be, $68. Kryptonian says, I never said it's not going to happen. I am only saying it if all metrics met, then yes, it will happen. Kryptonian, did you see my like ridiculously genius mathematical skills that I just displayed for everybody? Did you see that when I was going over how, like the 12 million? Did you see that? What if we get to 100 million? That's going to be awesome. Hodiola says, in anticipation of your $300 price prediction on launch day, that's how much I believe in you, or believe you. Yeah, not believe in me, but believe you. You know, because of the price prediction. Hodiola is giving me 500 yen. Is that yen? Is that what that is? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. There goes Miss Love. She's here. John Kano says, laugh out loud. DP swing in on a wrecking ball like Miley in the Super Bowl. Yeah, if I did that, that would be awesome. If I was swinging like Miley Cyrus. Did you guys ever hear Miley Cyrus's? She redid Stevie Nicks song. Edge of 17. Edge of 17. And it is spectacular. You don't usually like songs that are remade, right? But like the original, like Last Christmas from George Michael. There's not been anybody that's been able to do that song, even in my opinion, well. I mean, there's just no good. None of them are good. None of them are anywhere close to Last Christmas. That's why that gets played every single Christmas. Just no one's ever going to be able to do it as good. And the same thing for Mariah Carey, right? With her song. But sometimes, every once in a great while, somebody's able to redo a song, and it's actually as good, if not better. Now, I, of course, love Stevie Nicks. So you're not going to ever hear me say that her song is better than Stevie Nicks. I'm not that stupid. Everybody knows Stevie Nicks is freaking awesome. But Miley Cyrus, Edge of 17, is just as freaking good as Stevie Nicks. Give it a try if you are a Stevie Nicks fan or Fleetwood Mac. If you're a Fleetwood Mac fan as well, it's absolutely spectacular. Ultimately, crypto will be semi-regulated. So working with regulators and having something on centralized exchanges is the future. What he's talking about is the Wild West. Those days are ending. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Chatty Man. Thank you so much, Chatty Man, for being here. New commenter, everybody. Say hello to Chatty Man. It is going to be regulated. I think that everybody needs to accept that. And I think it needs to be regulated. Don't you guys think? There's so many people doing rug pulls left and right. It's ridiculous. We need to do something about that. Somebody needs to step in here and cause some kind of a scare to these people so that they don't think they could just do it and get away with it. It's ridiculous. Jason is feeling very bullish. Bullish. It sounds like I'm saying bullish, but I'm actually using the V. Bullish. Thank you so much for being here, Jason. I appreciate it. There goes Miss Love again. Hello. Let's go, Prado. $300 on day one. I'm with you on that, brother. Yeah, Jason sees the light. He understands that the tokenomics that have been changed and brought up to date so that we can have a more sustainable future also made it so that it's not just sustainable, but it could actually go nuts. We could actually go nuts. Kryptonian is starting to see the light of day, I think. I think he's starting to understand it a little bit, and he understands how wrong he was. Oh, man. Bill Cosby. I'll take Bill Cosby, too. What? I don't know what he's talking about, but Bill Cosby is going to do the commercial for the Vulcan blockchain. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be the Bill Cosby coin. We're going to have a new Bill Cosby token called Cosby Soup. Bill Cosby here. I want everybody to check out the new Vulcan blockchain. 4 billion is top 20 in crypto. Yeah, it is. It is top 20 in crypto. I mean, I'm not saying, but still, you know, like your Cardanos and those guys in the top 10, they're like hundreds of billions. Not Cardano anymore. They're probably like at 50 billion now, but they were up like at 300 billion at one point. That's crazy. But yeah, 300. How long can Prado talk? I could talk for as long as you guys want me to talk. I'll talk for as long as you guys want me to. If you guys get tired of me, I'll know, because you're gonna stop. There's not gonna be 164 people. It's gonna be nobody saying anything in the comments. But you know, I think the Bill Cosby impression that I just did probably gonna hold a lot of people. So they can keep on rewinding that and just doing that over and over again because they love it so much. That's really what's gonna happen. I can do other impressions for you guys. Yeah. So this is Christopher Vulcan. Hold on, my phone is dying. Hold on. We've got a new blockchain. It's no blockchain is no. It's a new one. Vulcan blockchain. It's a coin. That's what it is. The ultimate utility. Ultimate. You guys like that, Christopher Walken? The ultimate utility, Vulcan. Oh man, people love my Christopher Walken. Brian, legend. It's like my son. Come on. Yep, it's Japanese yen. There you go. Thank you, Odioda. I really appreciate it. Chatty Man says, when is the launch for the launch date for Vulcan? Chatty Man, it's March 1st. It was supposed to be on Friday here in the United States at 8 p.m., but it's now going to be on March 1st. All right, March 1st is when it's coming on. Clown is here. Says, Daniel, what do you think we can do in the bull market? Well, I think that leading into the halving, which is beyond next year, when we get to the halving is in March. Leading up to that, I think is the beginning of the bull market. Starting on March 1st is when I think the bull market starts, if it hasn't already on Saturday, because we shot up to 21,000 after I made the announcement on Friday that the bull market was going to start soon, and all these people heard it and they started buying it. It took Bitcoin up to 21,000. Now, it started on Saturday. It went up to 21,000. That could actually be the first day of the bull market. But if we go down, it has not. By the way, I said that we all know the exact date now. If it doesn't go down, and we know that was on Saturday. But if it does go back down, goes back down, goes back up, goes back down, goes back up, whatever, travels sort of sideways up till March 1st. I think March 1st, if it does go back down, and it'll start going back up, Bitcoin meaning, and then everything else starts to go back up, and then steadily continues to go back up, all the way up through the halving, which is March of 2024. And then when we get to that, we will already be in what would be, in my opinion, leading to the conclusion of year one of the Vulcan blockchain, March 1st, 2024. What my expectation is that we're at $1,000 by then, at least $1,000 by then. We're going to have more and more projects that are onboarded, more ideas that are born, more excitement that's brought, more communities that are built in 1 year. So I would expect that we would be nearing $1,000 by then, if we're not there already. And then after that, and by the way, a year later, we're going to have less coins, right? Because we're going to be burning. So we could be at like 55 million by then, 56 million by then. So it's going to be even less. And I think that we're at 1,000 and then beyond. And the bull market could be really set on fire because of the anticipation of the halving. And then months before we get to 1,000, and then by the time we get to the halving and then beyond, we could go to $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $8, $10,000. And the reason why we can do that, again, everybody, is because if you just look at the all-time high of Ethereum, based on what they have, all the projects that they have, they got to nearly 5,000, and they have nearly 3 times the amount of coins that we do. And in fact, they don't have a max supply. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but Ethereum does not have a max supply. They can just keep going. I mean, they could have 300 million. They could have 500 billion coins by the time. Like it takes a long time for them to get there, but they don't have a cap. We do, and we have a fire pit. So what's happening is not only are we not growing, but we're actually reducing. And so with all of those things that I just said, we could very well get to $10,000 per coin for Vulcan at some time in the future. I'm not talking about week 1, even year 1, but in the future, yes. Yes, in the future, it could get to $10,000 per coin. Let's look and see what that would be together, by the way. What if it got to those kinds of numbers? What if we got to 5,000? Let's start with 1,000 and then work our way, okay? 58 million times 1,000 is going to be 5.8 billion, right? 5.8 billion. Or no, 58 billion. All right, so we would be at 58 billion if we got to 1,000. 58 million times 10,000. What if we got to that? $580 billion is what we need to get to as a market cap, which is, again, this is not out of the realm of possibilities. This is what Ethereum was worth this, or near this, when it was at its all-time high. So you guys can understand what I'm saying now. This is not out of the realm of possibilities. Bitcoin reached 1 trillion as a market cap, right? That's what, and it was actually more than this. It was like 1.2 trillion for Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin is a completely different animal. It's only one thing on that, which is the Bitcoin itself. That's it. So we're not gonna see that anytime soon. But to see it get to $10,000 or 5,000 or 7,000 or 1,000, it's absolutely 100% doable because the tokenomics are built for it to get to that. That's exactly what could possibly happen. Yes. So I don't know if I got to that super chat that Antonio Dates has up there. I think I did, though. Yes, I did get to that one. All right. Kryptonian, are you still there, bro? Let me know. I just want to make sure that you're still watching and enjoying the protonomics. you could see it though, right, Kryptonian? Like it's $10,000 would be 55. What would $580 billion? We would have to get to 580 billion though. I mean, like that's the reality. Like that's a very gigantic thing, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Why? We already seen it. If I was telling you, hey guys, we can get to 10,000, and then I looked at that number and it was 580 trillion, then I'd be like, yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. Why? Because we've never seen that. We've never seen anybody get to, like, we've only seen Apple and maybe Google or Amazon get to even 1 trillion as a company, and only one other crypto has gotten to 1 trillion. But there's a bunch of them that have gotten to hundreds of billions. Not a bunch, but like, more than 1 or 2. So if that's possible, then we can see it because we have a blockchain with the ultimate utility and all kinds of things that are going to be built onto it. All those things being built onto it, right? All those things being built onto it is going to add volume. It's going to add interest. So we will see. We will see. Antonio Date says, you got to read the message I posted before to get it, brother. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, man. If the volume is 100 million, how much is the Vulcan price? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's at Cal N, if it's at $100 million, I'm saying that it's going to be $300 that day, maybe even more, but it might be even less. But if it's anywhere in the neighborhood of $300, everybody's going to be super duper happy. Like, even if it's not actual 300, right? 300 is like the biggest, most beautiful house in the neighborhood. 300 for right now, right? Because there's other neighborhoods that have better houses, like $1,000. That's a better neighborhood, right? But 300 is a really nice house. Like, it's unbelievable. But all of the other houses in the neighborhood that 300 is in is also really nice, right? Wouldn't 150 look really good, or 200, or 175, or 225? Right? 100 is in the neighborhood over there. It's just like it's like the ghetto side of the 300 neighborhood. There's only, they're only 100s, but they're still really, really nice compared to other ghettos. They're like, this is actually really nice. You know what I mean? 100s are going to look really nice in the 300 neighborhood, but it's there. 300, it's the nicest one in the block, but all the other houses still look good. 287. What do you think about that one? That's a nice house. Prado will vol. Like, I don't like to say, guys, I don't like to say vol. And I know this is the first time I'm making this announcement, but I just hate vol. Okay? So we're not going to do that anymore. Right? We're not doing that anymore. Prado will Vulcan be able to surpass PI network? I don't know what PI network is. We need to start writing words out. I don't know what PI network is. Their launch will be insane, over 1,800 projects. So PI network is they already have 1,800 projects, whatever that blockchain is, PI. Probably not. We don't have 1,800 projects. We don't even have anything close to that. But I don't know what PI is though either. We love Daniel's calculations, Ms. Love. Thank you so much. I love you too. Nailed it. That's right. She's talking about my calculations that Miss Love is loving. You know why? Because I'm a genius. And I did it by accident. I mean, who's a genius by accident? Only one guy. That's right. Who wants to see me in the Super Bowl? Anybody? Anybody want to see me in the Super Bowl? Because not one person has made a comment about my idea for the Super Bowl commercial. I mean, what's that all about? Anybody? Does anybody want to see a Super Bowl? It doesn't have to be me. I would be the best person, obviously, to be in the commercial, but Desi Tavares says, what about 100 investment? Desi, you can make any investment that you want. It could be $100, $50, $10, $100,000, whatever you want. Any investment it's always better to put your cash to work so that it brings back other dollar bills. What we're looking for is an army of dollar bills to go out, like Mr. Wonderful says, go out and bring back prisoners. That's what we want as our army of dollars. We want them to go out and bring back prisoners, other dollars. That's what we want. That's what our army of cash does. We want it to go out there, capture other dollars, and bring it back home to our wallets and our bank accounts. How are you not talking about the new Skyway? That is so huge. Unity SDK is the entry to games on mobile, and Unity makes it so easy to create top quality game apps. Crypto Daner. I did talk about it. I talked about it at the beginning. We spoke about it earlier in the show. Maybe you're just joining us. But I tend to go crazy on these shows. I end up going for like hours, and but people like to hear me talking about stuff. You know what I mean? So nothing wrong with that. People are driving. Shout out to everybody driving right now, listening to me. Shout out to everybody on their way to work. on their way home from work, like Rab likes to do on his way home. He likes to listen to me. Shout out to everybody working out, like the legendary other Nathan, who listens to me when they're working out. Shout out to all you people in the gym. They should be putting me on in Planet Fitness. They should just have me on the big speaker for everybody to listen to me. That's what I think should be happening. And then you know, people would get through their workout a lot easier. They get through their day a lot easier, don't you think? Shout out to everybody listening to me doing whatever it is that you're doing. I really do appreciate it. Especially when it's live, like right now, 160 of you are on. But usually when it's not live, people still click in and listen in for long durations, which I really do appreciate. So yeah, Crypto Dana, we did talk about that. Thank you, Daniel. My respect to you, my brother. You are awesome. On Clown says, thank you so much for saying that. On Clown. Hodo Yoda says, what's your situation with safuu? Did you get back in? I don't remember. Yes, I did. I got back in. And what's your price prediction for safuu by March 1st? Do you think the safuu price will pump too? No, I don't. I don't think that the safuu price is going to pump. I think that safuu is still an option, something that you can still buy into. It will go up in value. I mean, that if I'm in it still, like I still have my safuu, but we have to see what new utilities are brought. The new council that has just been formed, the decisions that they make. Moving forward, how they move the project and where it ends up going, it's still an option, but I don't have a lot of expectation, especially for what you're asking, which is just in 6 weeks or something like that. Is it going to do anything? It's going to possibly move, but it's not going to be like mountains. It's not going to go up like to $1 or $3 or $10 or $20 like that. I don't expect for anything like that to happen. Not anytime soon, at least. But thanks for the question, though. Vagilis says 1,000. You must be dreaming. Everybody, grow up. You're addicted to the speculation. ETH transactions numbers better say what will happen March 1st. Nothing hasn't been delivered. Well, I'm not addicted to the speculation. I'm giving you the speculation based on real numbers that are attainable. Like, I'm not telling you, I know that you think that I'm dreaming, but I'm not dreaming because the actual numbers are there for it to happen. It's actually there for it to happen. I mean, we only have 58 million coins. And by the way, Vagilis, I'm not talking about day one. If you think I'm talking about day one, I tried to make that clear. Like I was talking about in the future. In the future, we should have a lot of projects that are building on there and coming on, and a lot of money being flying around every day. I expect for that to make it at $1,000 at the very least in the future, like a year from now and more. A year and more from now. I'm not talking about day one. But I know that you think that I'm dreaming. Thank you, Kryptonian. I know you think I'm dreaming, but the numbers are there. I know that you just don't believe it. I mean, I don't know how to tell you, but like math doesn't lie, right? Like there's nothing that we can do about that. It's a fact. Facts are facts. That's what they are. Like you can't get away with that. We're not allowed as humans to just say, yeah, that doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? When we're talking about facts, and the facts are that Ethereum has 140 million circulating supply, and they got to nearly 5,000. And I know I know what you're thinking. We're not Ethereum. We're not Ethereum. I know. But we're going to be Ethereum. That's the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the point. They're not doing this because they want to be okay. They're not doing this because they want to, like hang in there. That's not what they're doing. They're doing this because they want to be number one. They want to be the best. They're trying to be the best. Now, if they are the best, what does that mean? It means they're bigger than Ethereum. 58 million, bigger than Ethereum, equals 10,000 per coin. 5,000 per coin. That's what it means. So $1,000 is even less than that. But you think that I'm dreaming? The numbers all say it for you. Vagilis, just please, you know what I'm saying? Like, start to understand what it is that I'm saying. This is Protonomics 101. I support Protonomics, says Fowler. There you go. We have a limit supply. There's only going to be whatever number. 58 million is what we're starting with, and just going down from there. That's it. But I mean, you know, Fowler wants more. Kryptonian says, I hope Vulcan can be the new standard in the space that has one shot to make it happen. They have one last shot to make that happen. Balls in their court. Yeah. By the way, Kryptonian, I don't expect for the team to make a calculator. Nobody's told me that. Nobody has told me that. But I reached out to Shepsky, our guy, and he's going to make one for us. How about that? Now, no pressure, Shepsky. But we're going to have a calculator, and it'll be based on what we know is going to happen. And I hope that makes for some fun. People can go in there that have a node. I'm talking about a nodes calculator. A nodes calculator. I asked him to make it because there's not going to be one by the team. I don't think that the team is going to make a calculator. And I think it was Greek that made a good point about this, because every once in a great while, Greek makes a good point. You know what I mean? And I couldn't hold my laughing. I wanted to try to get through that by like trying to be serious. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, every once in a while it makes a good point, but you know. But the point that he was making is after the show that that other calculator was, they're not going to do that again, because they don't want to have to be like, you know, listen, we this is just speculation and all that stuff. Like, you know, we can make one. So I asked. He's already made a number of variations of calculators. So I asked him to make one. He's going to make one, and then we'll all get to see a little bit better. What's it going to calculate? What are, based on certain numbers? You know, like what if we have this many transactions, if we have this much volume, how much are we going to get in fees on that day as a node holder? Also, I think he's going to do the rebase that we get. I don't think he's going to do the claim button though. I don't think that's going to be in there, because that has factors. I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Whatever it is that it's going to be something that we can look at, so that we can start basing some things on without having to sit there and, you know, figure out one problem at a time. You can just put it in there and then he'll show us. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, I wouldn't expect for the calculator to come out from the team. And no one's ever told me that. They could very well come out with one. I just don't expect it. Just because of that information, I will go crazy on the bull. Okay. I like this. I'm sorry, man. Like you're saying things in response to something that I was saying a while ago, and I just don't remember. I just don't know what it was that I was saying, man. You know, so sorry. The kind who says, "Do it, do it." That's it. That's all he said. Do it. Thank you. Kelly Production says, don't forget about the vaporization. That's right. Brian got that idea from watching my videos, obviously. That gives a smaller market cap with higher price potential. Yes, Brian Legend hasn't announced it officially yet, but you know it's in the works. Yeah, he said he hinted towards that, something like that happening like a few days ago. After 3 months, where's the safuu price going to be realistically? 3 months after the release of Vulcan. Well, I think that I don't really have a price prediction for safuu, because I think the safuu needs to move over to the Vulcan blockchain. That's my opinion. Once it does that, then it's curtains. It's over. But I already told you guys that the price for safuu, if you were to hold on to your safuu right now and just let it burn all the way down to the bottom to 610,000, even at $7 million in market cap, you have a $16.35 safuu. Only at $7 million in market cap. That's going to take some time to get to, but when that time is I'm not sure. So I really can't give you an answer. I mean, it might be near $1 3 months after. I don't think it's going to stay as low as it is now for much longer. But I also think that safuu needs to get some things done. And I think the first thing that they should do is move to the Vulcan blockchain. That's what I think they should do. That should be number one. I don't care about the bridge and all that stuff. Like, forget about that. Move safely to the blockchain. That's it. How do you like the Vulcan tracker? I've used it a very little bit. I haven't used it very much at all, though. But I'm still trying to figure it out. But I was doing it on my phone. It's probably better to do on a computer, so that's why. But thank you, Teddy One. Ricky Bond says, "Can we able to buy and sell on January 20th?" Yes, you can buy and sell on January 20th. Everybody, Ricky Bond, one of our day one sellers. Oh man, I don't know if you're a day one seller because you are asking about buying also, but yeah, you can sell and buy on day one, especially because we will have a central exchange, which we all found out that Dio's against, but I'm not against it. I think it's better for all of us. In the end, I think it's better for all of us. Vulcan will be a great project by PI Network. I don't know what can someone tell me what PI Network is? Is that what it's called? Pi Network? Is that just what it's called? That's why people just keep on putting that? I don't know what that is. Vulcan will be a great project by PI Network. Will rock the crypto space. They have 1,800 projects onboarding when they launch. Did I read that one already? I don't think I did. Now I get the Vulcan. Now I get why Vulcan will be the next ETH. Yes, thank you for understanding on clown. That's what I've been trying to do. I mean, I don't think I'm speaking in any unclear way. I mean, everything that I'm saying is as clear as day. It should be clicking in all of your minds. You should all know what I'm saying. It's almost a foregone conclusion that that's what's going to happen. Because we only the tokenomics that they set up are extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. I didn't know Vulcan has a limited supply. Yeah. They have 375 billion. I think it's still set 375 billion, but we will never see that. That's so that we have enough to be able to get through our rebase and then burn. You know, I showed you guys what the amount was that the treasury was gonna. It's like a crazy number. Let me see. It's like 39,600 Vulcan a day that it just rebases. 39,600 a day. Imagine getting 39,600 a day. That's times 9 if it's just worth $9. It's $356,400 a day that it burns. And the more that's in there, the more it's going to be. When we have billions and billions, let's say we have 10 billion coins in there, which is at some point it's going to be there, you know what I mean? Then that means that what would it be? Let's go there together so you guys can see the calculation and the magic that happens when we use the calculator once again, because we can. If we had 10 billion coins in the fire pit, right? How much does that rebase just in one day? Oh, wrong one. Almost did the wrong calculation. Would have given us like an astronomical number. This is still going to give us an astronomical number. 12 billion coins in one day burned times 9 if it's somehow just $9 still, is $108 million burned in one day. Who's excited for that? I am. I think that's going to be fantastic. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. There's no supply, like the Binance Smart Chain. They're actually trying to reduce theirs down to 100 million. Now imagine this. They're at about the same thing. They have about the same amount in circulation that it's like 140 million that ETH does. Imagine though, they're going to burn their coins through a burning mechanism in their fee. When you pay the fee, there's going to be a part of that every time that goes to a fire pit. They're going to try to get it down. Well, they're not going to try it. If they have it implemented, which they do, they have it implemented already. It's already burning. They are going to get down to 100 million, but they're still going to be at 100 million. We're at 58 million. 58 million. If we get to 99.9% burned, and we're near the supply, the max supply, that means that we're going to only have 37.5 million in circulation when we're done. 37.5 million coins, I should say, by the time we're done. And that's just at 99.9%. That's not 99.99%. Or 99.999%, because it's just going to keep going. That's going to keep on happening also, but that's going to take far longer to get to. But at 99.99% or 99.9%, that gives us 37.5 million coins. That's it. So, yeah, it's pretty significant. Because that's all we actually have an end in sight. Now, Binance gets down to their 100 million. Like I said, even if they got down to 100 million, it's not even anywhere close to the only 58 million that we have. It's 42 million more. 42 million more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to explain it any more clear than that. Here's another acceleration for my Vulcan transaction. Appreciate your dedication, Dado ILIC. Thank you so much for that, Dado. I really do appreciate it. You're speaking Vulcan, says Akainu. There you go. Safuu moving to Vulcan blockchain is obviously a must to hope for a great growth. Yes, I that's what I think. I've spoken with Barry McAkinner, as you could say, that's more family friendly. Barry McAkinner. I spoke with him about this, and that's what I think as an advisor. That's what I think, and that's what they want too. I think that's I think that's what they want. But that's what I think should happen. They should be moving it over there. Just going up a little bit to see if there's anybody that was, because once those super chats come in, I go to them right away. Which I appreciate you guys who have super chatted today. Thank you so much. If we sacrifice all of our safuu on day one, will our safuu X automatically be converted into Vulcan? Yes, it's already Vulcan. It's already Vulcan. If you go to the app.vulcanchain.com, I think it is, you can see your wallet. And then you can see how much you've rebased out to. I don't even know what mine is at. Like, I think it's at 20-something thousand, but we only have a few days left of it. Thank you, Cinti. There goes Dennis Pachich. He says, why can't buy and sell on the 20th, but I can still, we can't, I'm sorry, I was reading that wrong. We can't buy and sell on the 20th, January 20th, but I will still celebrate my birthday, Daniel. But real party will be March. Yes, I'm sorry. Did somebody say that? And I said, yes, you can. No, I was mistaken if that was the question. You can't buy and sell on the 20th. It's on March 1st. Thank you, Dennis, for making that. Barry Macakinner. Yeah. Barry Macakinner is part of the council. Thank you, Dennis, for correcting me. It's on March 1st that you can buy and sell. I think that was up here earlier. Someone asked, can we do that? Can we buy and sell on the 20th? And I said, yes. That was a mistake. Hodoyer says, Bejalis, do you want to hear something better? A year from now, prediction is 3,000 according to Dio. There you go. So I've got some backup by Diogenes. He's actually saying that it's going to be at 3,000 in a year, which is what I'm telling you guys. I mean, and like, who's Dio, right? Like, he's just like one of the smartest people in our community with especially when it comes to numbers, right? Like, I mean, I've been saying that too, but you know, now that Dio said it, it's going to happen because Dio said it. Right, everybody? Dio said it, so that must mean it's true now. Can we buy with ETH after the 20th? Yes, you could buy with ETH right now, until the 20th of February. So you want to buy it now. You want to buy it now. If you have ETH, go buy ETH, whatever, and then sacrifice it. You get it now, okay? But that's not until you can't do that after the 20th. This is another opportunity that's been given to everybody. All right, another opportunity that's been given to everybody. That's the last comment, though. I guess you guys have had it with me today. You know, I guess that's it. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll go through the rundown. Make sure if I don't say your name, you write it down there so that when I get to the bottom, I'll be able to call you out for the rundown. Akainu was here. Miss Love, Dennis Pachich was here. Dado ILIC, Cinti was here. Cecil McKinney was here. Dino Rex Gaming, Hodel Yoda was here. On Clown Crypto was here. Biblex was here. Hi from France. Hello to you. There goes Ephraim. Tevez says, what's the Vulcan official link? Vulcan blockchain.com, I think, or vulcanchain.com. I'm not sure if that's your question. Biblex was here. On Clown was here. Igul was here. Where is Waffle Swap? I don't think it's going to be Waffle Swap. I don't think it's going to be Waffle Swap. I think it's going to be Vulcan Swap. I think that's what it's going to be. But I could be wrong about that. No Exit was here. There goes Daryl Everett, who was here. Ricky Bond was here. Teddy One was here. No Exit, no problem. Daniel, what do you think the price of safuu, realistically speaking, will be after about 3 months after the release of Vulcan? Well, I think we top, we go nuts day one. We go nuts. Like what I'm saying, like, you know, we're going to be at like $100 million in volume. This is just my opinion, guys. I'm not telling you this is for a fact. It's not the way it is, but you know, I think we're at $100 million. We go to 300, maybe more, maybe a little bit less, but we go somewhere in there in the hundreds, and then we come back down, and then we average somewhere in the neighborhood of like 20 million to $30 million in volume, on its way up, on its way up, on its way up. In other words, the more projects are onboarded, more communities are built, more liquidities are built. More projects are now bringing people on to spend more money. So then we go to 25 million, 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, 200 million, and we just keep going all the way up, leading into the halving. That's when we get to that $1,000 or more. Like Dio says, 3,000. That's totally possible. I said that it's probably going to be more than 1,000. And if I were to pick a number, that's the number I would pick. Also, we're probably going to be at 3,000 March 1st, just before the halving. The halving happens. We continue through it, and we end up going to all-time highs that are even more than 3,000, somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $10,000. And then, you know, we'll have like another thing that happens where we have to start coming down. And you know, like I'm talking about, nothing happens to the blockchain, but like, you know, things happen like economies, Bitcoin goes down, you know, things like this. and then we'll start going back up again, and that's what'll end up happening. And I think that we end up continuing on nothing but an uptrend from here on all the way into years to come, meaning like Bitcoin is at 20,000 right now, 21,000. Its all-time high was at 70,000, right? Its expectation is to go to 100,000 and then 150,000 and then 200,000 and then 250,000. Like, the reason why that's going to keep happening is because it's just going to get more and more popular and more people are going to invest in it. It's going to end up reaching $1 million per coin. Well, while that's all happening, there's going to be other things happening with Vulcan, other things being built on Vulcan, and its value is going to be increasing as well, market cap wise. And also because we're going down in circulating supply, everybody, so does the coin value go up, even more so because of that deflationary mechanism known as the fire pit, and the market cap going up, everything goes nuts, and we could go even beyond $10,000. And that's, you know, I know that everyone thinks that that's protonomics, but that's real numbers, the way this is all working out already. Bitcoin is already at $70,000 at one point, and it has 20 mil. At the time, had maybe about 17 million or 18 million coins in circulation. Well, if it got to $70,000, and you know, if we have 37 million, and we have got a bunch of projects on there that people are spending money on, well, then guess what? We could see astronomical numbers. Just hang in there. Don't be stupid about it, okay? Because You Can Too was here. Kelly Productions was here. There goes Kryptonian. My brother was here. Fowler, my brother, was here as well. Vegelis was here. There goes Hodel Yoda. Desi Tavares was here. Miss Love was here. John was here. Don't forget to put your name at the bottom, please. Antonio Dates, thank you for your super chats today. Cal, and don't forget to put your name down at the bottom so I can shout you out if I miss you during the rundown here. Jason Hayes was here. The Greek DeFi guru was here, everybody. Of course he was. He was on with me earlier. Paul Bougia was here. Thank you so much, Paul, for being here. Jason was here. Chatty Man was here. There goes that one. Oh, Billy, who was here. John Kano. Kingship KRP was here. There goes that one. Byrendra, who was here. The Notorious one was here. Kevin Rowlandson was here. Of course, there goes El Neni, who was here. Vulcan was here, everybody. Ty NG was here. Angel Yahir Bello was here. There goes that one. Benji Parker. Iris Dislo was here. Robert Weiss was here. Let me just get to the top here where we got our first one, which I think was who was it again? I don't want to say the wrong person, so let me just get to the top here. I'm going to the top means this is the last time you have to put your name, because I'm going back to the bottom. If I didn't shout you out, there goes Sharon Sabari, who led us off, and then second was Gasparin and Moses the Great to round up the top three who led us off to begin the show and with the comments. If there's anybody that I left, there goes Henry Perez, who was here. Safuu Warrior was here. There goes Biz Entertainment, who was here. Senor Rojo was here. Kryptonian, my man Andrew For All was here as well. I think I got everybody there. Dursel Tech was here. OBZ was here. Cy Young was here. By the way, Journey James was not here, everybody. So forget about it. Like, scratch him. Journey James was not here. There goes James Mole, who was here. Johnny Vaughn was here. Look at that. So everybody coming through at the end. Like, this is the first time James Mole was here as well. This is the first time that I get you guys to actually do that. Like, every time I do that, when I go down to the bottom, you guys didn't do it. And then sometimes it's done after I'm off the show. Like, and then I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Like, I wanted to give you guys a shout out, but you didn't do it in time. There goes Joseph NTO was here as well. Crypto Gale was here. There you go. Got it in just in time. Crypto Gale. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I really appreciate it. That's it for this one. I will see you guys next time.